Welcome to Coinage Era, the world where coins are not just metal, they are memories frozen in time. Every coin hides a heartbeat, a story, and a journey. And today, we bring you one of the most powerful stories ever struck in metal. The story of a nation that rose from ashes, and the coin that carried its hope. The 5 Deutschmark 1979 of West Germany. When World War II ended in 1945, the world had changed. But for Germany, everything was gone. Cities that once echoed with laughter were now piles of rubble. Factories that once built machines stood silent. The air carried not the sound of progress, but the heavy silence of defeat. Germany was divided, humiliated, and broken, its people lost in the shadows of destruction. And yet, even in that darkness, something began to stir. A determination that no war, no wall, and no wound could destroy. From those ruins rose the idea of a new beginning, a Germany rebuilt not by soldiers but by citizens, not through power but through persistence. In 1949, a new name appeared on the world map, Bundesrepublik Deutschland, or West Germany, and with it a new heartbeat was born, the Deutschmark. This was no ordinary currency. The Deutschmark became the very soul of West Germany's rebirth. It stood for trust, honesty, hard work, and the courage to start again. Every note, every coin carried a promise that the German people would never let history repeat itself. By the time the 5 Deutschmark coin of 1979 was minted, that promise had turned into pride. West Germany had transformed from a land of ruins into a land of dreams. The world called it the German economic miracle, Das Wirtschaftswunder. The factories were alive again. Workers returned with hope in their hearts, and the streets that once saw sorrow now glowed with new life. Germany was not just recovering, it was redefining what resilience meant. Now look at the coin itself, the 5 Deutschmark 1979. On one side, the powerful German eagle, wings spread wide, symbol of freedom, unity, and rebirth. This eagle had seen the fall of empires, but in 1979 it soared higher than ever, representing not conquest but confidence. The year below it, minus 1979, marks a time when Germany had firmly stood on its own feet. It was the era of progress, innovation, and industrial glory. A nation that once begged for survival was now leading Europe's future. Flip the coin and the number 5 gleams in the center, bold, calm, and full of dignity. Around it, the words Bundesrepublik Deutschland, Deutschmark, circle like a ring of strength, symbolizing unity and sovereignty. Every edge, every curve, every letter whispers the same message, that greatness is born not from victory, but from the courage to begin again. Think about how many hands this coin passed through. The hands of workers rebuilding bridges, of mothers buying food for their children, of students saving for their dreams, of soldiers returning home to peace. Every hand left a trace. Every exchange carried a story. This coin circulated through the lifeblood of a recovering nation, a silent witness to every triumph and every tear. The 5 Deutschmark became a trusted symbol, one that even other countries admired. It wasn't just strong economically, it represented moral and emotional strength. The coin became Germany's silent ambassador to the world, a small, round symbol of resilience. But history never stands still. In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell, and for the first time in decades, Germany breathed as one. And as East met West, the Deutschmark became the currency of unity. It was more than just money, it was a bridge between two worlds. It represented not just wealth, but oneness. Even after the euro replaced it in 2002, the Deutschmark refused to fade away. Collectors still hold it with pride. It remains a reminder of struggle, strength, and success, a coin that taught the world how hope can be reborn from ashes. This is not just a 5-mark coin. It's a story of faith, a story of people who didn't give up when everything was lost. It's a lesson that value isn't found in gold or silver. It's found in spirit. The 5 Deutschmark 1979 continues to speak to all who listen. It says, "We were broken, but we rebuilt. We were divided, but we united. And through every trial, we rose again." So next time you see this coin, remember that you're not holding just a piece of metal. You're holding the soul of a nation, a story of courage carved into copper and nickel, a reminder that every fall is just the beginning of a greater rise. This is the story of the 5 Deutsche Mark 1979. This is the story of Germany's rebirth. And this story lives forever, here on Coinage Era, where every coin tells the story of time itself.